This week in our special series, The Work Shift, we're looking at how our lives at work have changed during the pandemic. With so many students learning remotely last school year, the burden of childcare fell mostly on mothers. 80% of Americans who left the labor force in September last year were women. Now there's a renewed focus on childcare as many people get ready to head back to the office. Adriana Diaz, who is about to become a new mom, shows us how one e-commerce company in Virginia with a creative solution.
At the offices of Latched Mama, a maternity and nursing clothes company.
You're so helpful.
It's BYOB. Bring your own baby.
Floor snacks are a thing.
Is that
at Latched
okay?
Mama.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Here, moms multitask as their babies lap it up through naps, in the warehouse, and just about everywhere.
She's an independent worker.
She is. She thinks that she's getting stuff done. She's got her own little station, and there she goes.
I have to say, we've been sitting here for a while, and it's been very quiet.
Yeah.
I thought I'd be hearing the babies more.
Absolutely. When you keep mothers and babies close that first year, you don't hear a lot of it.
What's wrong?
Melissa Wirt, once a stay-at-home mom, built this multi-million-dollar brand that way, bringing in 4 of her children to work when they were young, something she plans to do again.
You're pregnant.
Absolutely.
And this is your number
6.
Number 6.
I don't know if we would have 6 kids.
Come on, let's go.
If it wasn't for Latch Mama and the flexibility.
The flexibility to bring your child to work while their babies are toddlers, a work benefit she implemented in 2016.
The amount of people that told me that it was a horrible idea when we started to allow babies in the workplace, like horrible. And I looked at all of them and I shrugged my shoulders and I said, we're gonna try and see what happens.
What happened is her company was a success, growing an average of 86% each year, with 25 of her employees coming to work with babies in tow.
The moms that do bring their babies to work, there's a different sense of work ethic. It's not gonna work everywhere. We're not as efficient with the babies here.
So you can tell that.
Absolutely. But I think when women get to be mothers first, you're gonna get those hours back. So let's say somebody brings their child to work and it's just not going well. Normally they have the flexibility to say, time out, I'm gonna head home.
It's okay.
And I'm 100% sure that baby's gonna get put to bed that night and I'm gonna have an email from them catching up on that day's work.
Are you concerned about safety and liability?
There's a waiver that's signed, there's liability insurance, but truly it comes down to trusting your employees.
Hi, boys.
Like warehouse manager Amanda Oberlees, who works alongside her 18-month-old Griffin.
He's a part of the team.
Does it feel that way?
It does feel that way. Is he our best employee? No. No, he is not.
But she's grateful she doesn't have to leave him.
A lot of working moms talk about guilt. Do you think that being able to bring your kid to work the way you do might reduce that at all?
It definitely reduces a lot of my guilt. I still feel a little bit of the guilt because he doesn't get 100% of my attention. Mom guilt's everywhere.
Some other companies from coast to coast have similar policies, like software development firm Tilda and the organic skincare brand Badger. Before COVID, both allowed babies up to 6 months old. And at least 6 state governments also let workers bring in babies before the pandemic. This spring, almost a quarter of women business owners said that the lack of reliable childcare made it harder to hire, according to a survey by payroll provider Gusto. So nearly 3/4 of those employers adopted family-friendly policies like work from home.
We have to acknowledge the fact that things change after a baby's born. A woman changes. You're reborn. Hate to tell you, you're going to be a completely different person on the other side.
Really?
It's so scary. We don't talk about it.
She hopes the work world after COVID can invest more in supporting new mothers.
We can't see women as weaker on the other side of childbirth or less capable. We need to see them as more capable.
For CBS This Morning, Adriana Diaz, Midlothian, Virginia.
I would not have thought that would have worked. I have to say, I really wouldn't. All the little kids running around, but you see it, and it clearly is working. Reminds me, before you have a baby, when you get on a plane and the baby's screaming, you're like, ah. But after you have your own baby, it doesn't even bother
affect you.
It really doesn't. You're like, I understand. It's okay.
Yeah, and the relief from the mom guilt, and by the way, dad guilt is a thing too, but being able to bring your work life and your personal life together is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, that's
and relief.
I wonder how many notes Adriana took.
She probably took a lot.
Shauna was saying, cut to Adriana having 6 children of her own. Just like that
You
last
heard us,
mama.
Adriana. You heard us.